these Stamp-A-Stack cards, I use the beautiful Wildflower Birthday 12 by 12 specialty paper that is in Stampin' Up's January through April 2025 mini catalog. It is 12 by 12 in size. It's specialty. There's a gold foil design on one side and a beautiful background on the other side. I use these 3 prints, so you have one of each of these prints in your packet. And I'm using this side of the print, but you can use the other side if you choose. There is a strip of this print for a little accent, and this is the back side. You also have in that packet this print, which you can cut out, and you get 2 each of these sheets. You can cut these out for card fronts, for gift tags, and just absolutely love this paper. And you get 2 of these sheets. And they're die cut. They're already die cut for you. I put them on a colored 12 by 12 cardstock so you could see all the beautiful images you get. So this is a specialty paper. You get 2 each of those. So in your packet, you're going to have 3 punched out circles. You want to stamp your sentiment on these. I've already done that. And I use basic gray for my color, but you can use any color that coordinates for that. And you have materials for 3 cards. I always suggest to sort your packet. So just separate your packet for your 3 cards. And you're going to have 3 of the Pool Party cardstock. That's for a layer behind the Designer Series paper. And then you have 3 Designer Series paper pieces that are already cut for you. And so you have 1 for each one of the cards. So I'm going to assemble just 1. So I'm just putting materials for 1 over here. You have 3 of these small strips for an accent on the card. And then you have 3 gold foil punches. This is a new punch. It's called To the Point Punch, and it is in the mini catalog. So I'm going to show you how I assemble my card. The beauty of these is you can assemble them whatever fashion you want to. Now the card base is not scored, so you can use a simply scoring tool to score it, or just match up the corners and use a bone folder to crease it. These 2 get adhered together, so I am going to go ahead and do that next. Now, the back side of some of these are a background, so you definitely probably are going to use the same side of the paper as I am. And I'm looking at opposite corners. That way I can look at all 4 sides, get my placement. Now I'm going to place this on the left side, and I'm going to decide which is the top. I'm going to have this the top, and I'm looking for equal spacing on these 3 sides. So I'm going to put this here. Now this strip of paper is 4 inches, and I have this design that we can match up that Designer Series paper and go to the edge of the card. If it doesn't quite meet the edge of the card, I would meet to the edge of the card. If it goes over, I would adhere it first, and then what we can do is take a paper snips and trim it. So I'm going to move it up a little bit. You can kind of see my sample there. So I'm going to move it up here, match it up to the edge of the paper, and then it's just over just a tad. You can turn this upside down, use the edge of the cardstock as your guide, and trim that off. I didn't do a very good job. I should open it up like this. I'm matching the blade up to the edge of the paper. And goodness, I'm just not doing a good job of that today. There we go. Now, I did not use any dimensionals for adhering mine. I put everything on with my stamp and seal. You can definitely pop these up with dimensionals if you have them available for you. And then put adhesive on the back of these. And that is how I assembled my card. But you are free to move these pieces around and assemble it in a different fashion. Happy creating!